Hey, my hometown of Edenton, North Carolina is not a one stoplight town, it's a 10 stoplight town. So I thought I'd see if I could waste some of your time and mine and see how quickly we can do a tour of all 10 of these stoplights. Coming up on the first one, we're on Virginia Road, which is Highway 32. You can follow it all the way from Suffolk, Virginia to Edenton. And the first two stoplights in rapid succession are right here on Virginia Road. The first one here intersecting with Clare Street, and the second one intersecting with Loop Street. And we're surrounded by gas stations, a little strip mall, some restaurants as you come into town. This is just after you get off Highway 17 too. Thrilling, is it not? It's Chowan Hospital, a newer version of Chowan Hospital than the one I was born at, however. But there it goes. As we continue our tour of the stoplights in my hometown, we're coming up on the third one. This is at the intersection of Virginia Road and Granville Street. Hey, 10 stoplights, we've already got 3 of them down, and we've gone a half a mile, 6/10 to be exact. Now I'm going to take an indirect route because I also only want to hit each stoplight one time. So we're going to go down a side street, even with the 4th stoplight in view. We'll get back to that in just a minute. We're going to shoot down Badham Road here. This is just an old, working class, middle class neighborhood by the railroad tracks. Small houses, nothing fancy. A couple of old peanut mills that aren't in business, although there's still plenty of peanut companies operating in Edenton. They're not operating here. That was the old Jumbo Jumbo's facility. Here are the Little League fields of Edenton. They're actually not bad, not at all bad fields to play in. And this old mill over here, well, OSHA wasn't what it is now. When I was a kid, we used to roam through that all day long. It's a wonder we didn't kill each other. But back to our tour of the stoplights. We're coming up on the intersection of Badham Road and Paradise Road, perhaps one of the most misnamed roads in all of road naming history. Nothing paradise-like about Paradise Road. But once we take this quick right, we'll almost be at what's going to be the 4th stoplight the way we're approaching them. And we're going to knock the rest of these out in quick order. We're coming up on the intersection of Paradise Road and Broad Street, which is, of course, the main drag in Edenton. We got this one red, but it's no big deal. We can do the right on red thing. We'll be good to go. And we've got 4 lights underway, 6 to go as we continue the stoplight tour of Edenton, North Carolina. I know you're on the edge of your seat. How could you not be? I can already see the 5th stoplight way ahead. It was the one that we bypassed when I shot down the side street. It'll be at the intersection of Virginia Road again and Broad Street, which we're on now, as we go cruising through town. And we're going to catch this one red, and we're actually going to have to sit and wait at our first stoplight, the 5th one of the day, right here at the corner of Broad and Virginia Road. Hey, get a good view of our brand new Walgreens just opened this week. That's all the big hoopla around town. And the Shell station's over there, Napa store, Dairy Queen's just ahead, and our light's green, and we're on our Rosie Mary Way. We're going to go another roundabout when we get down to the next light, because most of the remaining lights, all but 2, are on Broad. But in order to not hit lights twice, I've mapped out a route that's going to take us off Broad and around the waterfront and back around. So bear with me here. There's John A. Holmes High School. Not named after a porn star. But there's certainly a Facebook group that implies it was. And I certainly got a lot of ribbing having a John Holmes class ring on. And we are coming up on light number 6. We're going to be taking a left turn right by the historic Episcopal Cemetery in Edenton and our illustrious post office. We're turning onto Highway 32 South at the intersection of Broad Street and Church Street. And how thrilled you must be. I wonder what the camera works like on this. I'm using a BlackBerry and I can't really look at what I'm doing. You may be getting a great tour of my dashboard. Thank heavens for left turn signals. There's the county courthouse. There's the county jail. And this is where I went to elementary school, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. It's not a school anymore. That's the old Ernest A. Swain. And we're coming up on yet another light. And we'll be taking a right turn. This is on the corner of Church Street and Oakham Street. And we'll be presently entering into the historic district again. A lot of colonial houses in Edenton, and it was the colonial capital of North Carolina. And we're coming up on the waterfront. And Old Hayes Plantation, which is now upscale development. I think it's called Edenton Bay or something. But it was an antebellum plantation that goes on and on. We used to roam over. There's some interesting sights to be seen on Hayes Plantation. That includes the trees to your right over this little offshoot of Edenton Bay. That's the bridge to Hayes Plantation. And it goes on back there. But we're all about stoplights, aren't we? One of our waterfront parks in Edenton. Coming up, you'll see the cannons, the Revolutionary War cannons that guarded Edenton Bay from a British invasion. There's not the Beatles, not that British invasion. Other people want to guard it from that too. That's the Barker House, the courthouse green, and the old courthouse off in the background. But no stoplights. And stoplights. That's what we're all about today, isn't it? As our tour continues. We're entering mile 3, by the way. Statue of our Confederate dead and the 4 flags of the 4 governments that have governed over North Carolina. The Union Jack, the flag of Confederacy, the United States flag, the flag of the state of North Carolina. And we're in downtown Edenton, right on Broad Street at the intersection of Broad and King. And yes, we're at the 8th of our 10 stoplights, if my counting is correct. And we're behind one of the slowest moving vehicles in the history of mankind. Made such good time on the tour, but really with the retirees from the north that moved down to Edenton and the old people we've generated on our own, you really wouldn't get a good sense of driving around my hometown if we didn't get behind some centurion who was going 10 miles per hour. So I'm glad you get to share that experience with me as well. That cafe and soda shop right there is the old Michener's Pharmacy. That was my first job. Started working there when I was 15. I was the world's worst soda jerk. And here we find ourselves at the light on Broad Street and West Queen Street, or on Queen Street, and that's our 9th light. And our tour is almost concluded as we head down West Queen Street, which will head all the way out to Highway 17. But you won't be with me that far. You're just going to go right through this light here. The light on Granville Street and West Queen Street. There you go. How much time did it take? The 10 stoplights of Edenton, North Carolina. Isn't your life much richer and fuller for this one? Aren't you glad you spent these few minutes with me on the video?